Hello everyone, my name is Alivia Octavio Naulandari and I'm here to explain about Minangkabau culture. Minangkabau culture is a culture owned by the Minangkabau people and developed throughout the region along with the Minangkabau overseas areas. This culture is one of the two major cultures in the archipelago that are very prominent and influential. It has a egalitarian, democratic, and syntactic nature, which is the antithesis of the major culture, the feudal and syncretic Javanese culture. Minangkabau culture, originally characterized by animism and Hindu-Buddhist culture. And since the arrival of reformers from the Middle East in the late 18th centuries, Minangkabau customs and culture that were not in accordance with Islamic law were abolished. The scholars spearheaded by Haji Piobang, Haji Miskin, and Haji Sumanik urged to the indigenous people to change the view of Minang culture, which was previously oriented towards animism and Hindu-Buddhist culture, to be oriented towards Islamic law. Alright, now I want to explain culture in Minangkabau, and one of this culture is dance, as known as dance plate, or we usually call tari piring. Dance is one of styles of Minangkabau culture that is often used in traditional parties or wedding celebrations. Minangkabau dance is not only played by women but also by men. The characteristics of Minangkabau dance are fast, loud, stomping, and dynamic. One type of Minangkabau culture is tari piring. Tari piring, or in Minang language called tari piriang, dance is a traditional dance originating from Solo City, West Sumatra. As the name implies, the main property in this dance is using plates. The dancer will swing the plate without a single plate being released by making fast and regular movements following the music plate. The movements in the tari piring are not only adapted from the activities of the people in Minangkabau in ancient times who worked as farmers, but also adapted from the philosophy. Tari piring once managed to break the world record, namely the number of dancers in the performing in the tari piring amounted to more than 2,000 dancers. All people from various professions participated in performing tari piring to break the world record, making tari piring one of the popular dances in Indonesia that is worldwide. Fun fact about tari piring is tari piring has existed in the Malay archipelago since 800 years ago. Tari piring is also believed to have appeared in West Sumatra and developed during the Sriwijaya era. In the 16th century, the emergence of the Majapahit kingdom caused Sriwijaya to collapse and encouraged tari piring to develop to other Malay countries, along with the escape of the Sriwijaya people at that time. Tari piring was originally performed at traditional events of the Minangkabau tribe and at the evening event of the Malay tribe. Anyways, it is not a good idea to visit Bukit Tinggi without seeing and immortalizing the city's symbolic building Jam Gadang. The Dutch is in this era building is synonymous with the city that was once the capital of West Sumatra province. Jam Gadang was built by the Dutch East Indies government on the orders of Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands. This clock was a gift for the Secretary of Bukit Tinggi City, who served at that time, H.R. Rookmaker. History and fun fact about Jam Gadang. The construction of this clock tower was built by the original Minangkabau architect Jazid Rajo Mangkuto Sultan Gigi Ameh. Its construction was officially completed in 1926 by spending 3,000 gulden. The Jam Gadang monument stands 26 meters high in the middle of Sabay Nan Alwi Park, which is considered the central point of Bukit Tinggi City. Its construction does not use a metal frame and cement, but use a mixture of limestone, egg white, and sand. The Jam Gadang building has 4 levels. The first level is the officers' room. The second level is where the pendulum weighs the clock, while the third level is the place of the clock machine, and the fourth level is the top of tower where the clock bell is placed. On the bell at the top is the name of the manufacturer of this clockwork. Okay, I think that's all explanation about culture in Minangkabau and about Jam Gadang from me, and goodbye.